Eric Latif, Nduoko, CT, Muga. And there's something that came onto the news yesterday. Police are looking for Kimilili MP DIDMUS BARASA after a government vehicle was found branded with UDA party colours, complete with his campaign portraits. This is a story in the Standard today. According to the police, the vehicle's registration number plate was changed to hide its original identity. Kimilili Sub-County Police Boss Muita Marua said that the police, whose original registration details are GK948J, was impounded in the homestead of DIDMUS BARASA at Nasianda village yesterday in the morning. According to Marua, the double cabin vehicle belonging to Area National Constituency Development Fund had a new registration number KBS 709D. He disclosed that police are looking for the legislator to help with ongoing investigations in this particular matter. He says, we conducted a joint operation involving the government check unit officers from Nairobi, the serious crimes personnel, the DCI. The contingent invaded the lawmaker's homestead following extensive investigations and managed to recover the vehicle, which was towed to the Kimilili police station, then Bungoma, and later Nairobi. The police boss says the police acted on a tip-off from members of the public who spotted the vehicle on the MP's campaign trail. So basically, he's being accused of taking a CDF vehicle, changing its registrations, and then branding it with UDA colors and his portrait. The MP, DIDMUS BARASA, is on the line and he joins us now. Good morning, Mheshimiwa.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. You've read the story that I've just read. The police are looking for you. Are you aware?
I already met with the police yesterday. And the origin of the complaint was I have a competitor in the name of Brian Hayamba who tweeted 3 days ago tagging the IG, the DCI. And as a responsive police force, they will definitely come in to ascertain whatever the allegations were. And the guy alleged that I had transferred the ownership of the car from government entity of NGCDF board to myself, which is completely false. It's not true. It's baseless because transferring or rather finding out whether one has transferred a government vehicle to his own is something that takes less than 15 minutes. I couldn't be speaking with you now. I could be somewhere in a police cell. So that's a serious crime. So that is the car I've been using for the last 4 or 5 years. Ever since I was elected to Parliament, it's my car. The plate that I alleges the KBS, those are my security plates that I keep interchanging with all my other cars for security reasons. And the fact that they came into my compound and they picked the car also tells you that the car was not on a campaign trail. If I was campaigning with a car, they could have impounded the car during my rallies because I'm a member of Parliament within the constituency where the police division is domiciled in. That car work ticket is even signed by one of the people who are allowed by law to sign that work ticket are heads of department, including the commander for a local police traffic division. And if you look at the originator of the complaint, this is purely politics. And I had asked the police yesterday not to be part of a campaign team for an individual because it was not warranted for. There was no basis. That is something that you just can carry out investigations jointly before you make such kind of rumors.
Mheshimiwa, if this was an act of, politics playing out, as you say, onto what end? What would be the reason as to why somebody would want to do this to you? And then what would they be gaining from that?
He is my competitor. He's my competitor. I have about 2 competitors. He's running on a DAP. This is a former person whose character is known. He's a person who was dismissed from the judiciary as a magistrate on allegations that he was bribed and he acted in a manner that is not within the provisions of the act by granting Governor Waititu an anticipatory bail at that time. So he's a fellow who's cantankerous, and he thought maybe that because he's in a contest with me, he will want to cling on anything that will appear to slow me down in terms of either portraying me not as a good person for him to gain leverage. That is at times how politics can degenerate too. But I'm happy and I'm glad that from the first instant that I got in touch with the police, they were very kind. In fact, they looked very surprised from what they have been told, that I have transferred the ownership of the vehicle to DIDMUS Wekesa BARASA, which is not correct. It's not true, and I'm hoping that that case will be closed.
Mheshimiwa DIDMUS, do you know where this CDF car is right now, or by yesterday?
Yes, I know where it is now.
By the time you were going to the police yesterday,
yes,
where was the car GK948J?
The car, because like I told you, the instructions, of course, they tweet when you tag the IG, the DCI, the communication department of the police will forward those kind of complaints to the region, and then the region will communicate with the county. So the office CPD in my local police division was under instructions to pick the vehicle and take the vehicle to Bungoma. The matter now is not in the hands of Kimilili Police Station, but is in the hands of the county police commander. That is a place where I recorded a statement yesterday in the evening. Yes. And the car is there. Yeah.
Mheshimiwa, just for purposes of clarity, is there a CDF car that is similar to the one that you have, or if there's a CDF car, what make of vehicle is it?
This is the CDF car that I use. The CDF car is for use by the patron, who is a member of parliament, and the committee to go about our usual inspection. And there is nothing wrong about this. You've seen government ministers moving with their cars, even on the campaign trail, people hanging on them. There is nothing wrong. If you intercept a convoy of a majority of governors in this country, half of the vehicles on the convoy are county vehicles, are government vehicles. You've seen Eugene Omalwa move around in his government vehicles campaigning. Why are they not raising any issues with them? This is the car that I bought with the CDF funds when I was elected member of parliament, and I use it every time. I've never had a problem. So, I mean, why would you come and raise an issue with the DIDMUS using the CDF car? This CDF vehicle belongs to CDF, Kimilili, where, fortunately, I am the current sitting member of parliament. What's the problem? The official campaign period begins from 29th.
Okay.
So why will you think that I'm campaigning now?
So are you saying, Mheshimiwa, that you might have, in the not so distant past, used this vehicle for campaign purposes? And if you did, there's nothing wrong with that?
What I'm saying, I have been using this car not for campaigning. You know, I am a sitting member of parliament.
Yes, we are.
I engage people. I engage people through public participation. I move to inspect the project. It's assumed that anything that I do it in my official capacity.
Okay.
As long as there is elements of meeting people. And the car is to serve me, the constituency. This is a fact. And my committee in our service delivery, in line with CDF. Just like our police officers, OCPD, they have their cars. Even if they are going to just find something, they will use that car. It's not a problem. And it's a trend. All government people who have government vehicles, they use their cars. In fact, the majority of the CSS, the plates that are, the civilian plates that you see fixed on their cars, those are not the original plates. And this is something that is well known. And from the records of vehicle registration, the car still belongs to national government, CDF. And when I went to Bungoma, I showed them where the original GK plates are. They are just inside the car itself.
Mheshimiwa, I'm seeking further clarification. The claim that this particular vehicle was branded.
Yes.
You say that it is indeed a government vehicle. It's intended for purposes of use by the constituency.
Yes.
Is it also permissible for such vehicles to be branded?
What happened? If you look at the type of branding that are there, I was branding all my cars. There are about 6 of them, and there was a mistake by the vendor to brand that car in those colors. He was supposed to brand that car with the schools that are built within the logo of the colors, within the policy of national government, CDF. And when we realized that the car, there was a problem, the guy was to rebrand the car. So that's why the car was parked in my compound with the other cars, and the technician was working on them. So I'm even tending to think that this guy, from the time that the tweet was made and the police came in, it is just that somebody, because my compound is not, I don't have a wall. I just have a live fence. When you're outside, you see what's going inside here. I had a meeting of about 2,000 people 2 days ago in my compound. And I think with the pictures being taken and part of the picture took with that car in the parking, that's when that gentleman tweeted and saying that this CDF car had been branded, which is something that I've told the police.
Are you saying that by the time you were going to the police yesterday, the branding had been removed?
No. The rebranding was being done. The police arrived when all those processes was being done. But of course, you see the police were under instructions. When you get there, pick the car, take it to Bungoma.
Okay. Explain something, Mheshimiwa, for everybody who may not understand this. You said that you have some security number plates.
Yes.
Who issues these number plates, and
I don't want to discuss about the security plate because
I'm not asking the number of your number, the details of your number plate.
I'm telling you.
I'm asking about the concept of the security of number plates. What is this?
They're issued by police.
And what is the expectation or the instruction? Are you to interchange with any vehicle you wish at any point?
No. I am a person of. I can be a person of interest by anybody anytime. That's why I have armed police officers to protect me. That's why my main gate at home is guarded by a police officer. So in the evening when I'm moving, the car that I am in, my security detail can decide to change the place of the vehicle that I'm driving in. So that if there is somebody following me, that is the essence. Yeah.
Is this done in coordination Is this done in coordination with the local police boss? So, for example, does the local police boss need to know?
Not local. A local police force can be a security threat to me. Anybody can be a security threat to me. Why would a local police be involved in ensuring that I have this place, That's why even that's why even when I'm deciding who is my bodyguard, I'm the one to decide, not a local police officer deciding for me. Yes.
But the bodyguard is a police officer.
Yeah, the bodyguard is a police officer.
Does the local police boss have any say or jurisdiction over that bodyguard?
He doesn't have any say or any jurisdiction. Not at all.
Okay, so after this whole thing happened, where are we now with all of this? And I go back to that question, Mheshimiwa, is that where you are, let's just assume the notion that vehicles that are meant for county business should not be used for politics. And I'm trying to get your stand on that.
Yeah, but it is very difficult to tell whether an elected leader sitting in an office is doing politics or is doing his official business. You know, like for example, when you meet a CS in somewhere in a political meeting now, he will tell you that I am not campaigning. I'm in my official duties. You know, so that is why even me now, as a member of parliament, how do you tell when I'm campaigning and when I'm on my official duties?
It's quite
the
hard.
official campaign period begins from 29th. So, I mean, that is the time that now I'm still a member of parliament. We are going on a synod in recess, I think, early next month. That's when now we'll begin officially campaigning.
Let me ask the question in a different way, Mheshimiwa. When you purchased this vehicle for use by the seat, what were your intentions for the use of this vehicle? Because you've said that you personally purchased this using CDF funds. What in your mind was this vehicle supposed to be used for that would be acceptable?
I was supposed to use it when I'm in my constituency. I can go with it in Nairobi on my official duties that are in line with the CDF. I can do public participation. You know, as a member of parliament, any meeting you do with the people, it's public participation. Because they will, it's an interactive process.
Yes.
Platform rather. So they will tell you, Mheshimiwa, we want this school being done. We are not getting bursaries, Mheshimiwa. That is feedback that we get from them. And if you read the act, the only people who are allowed to use the CDF cars, the CDF car, is a member of parliament and the CDF committee.
Who fuels the CDF car when the MP is using it?
When I'm using that the vehicle,
yes,
you know, we usually allocate money for fuel. The way CDF funds are appropriated, you do a proposal.
Yep.
So the money that we put for fuel is about 100,000 per year, which is very little. Because even when the officers from national government, Kenya National Audit Office come, they also use this car to move around and check projects, see everything. Anybody from the board coming to see the projects, they use the same car to move around. But most of the time when I'm using it as a member of parliament, I'm a man of means. I fuel it myself.
And at what point do you claim mileage for any car that you've used now to the National Assembly? Because MPs are entitled to claiming of mileage, hasn't it?
You know, a member of parliament has two roles, or rather two offices. We have a constituency office and the national government CDF office.
Yes.
The operations of the national government CDF are guided by the National Government CDF Act.
Yes.
Which are basically revolves around the projects, development projects. Now, the constituency offices also, we are also facilitated. The constituency offices is the one where mileage claims are paid.
Okay.
Now, this is from Nairobi to Kimilili. I'm paid from Nairobi to Kimilili, not the trips I make within the constituency.
Okay.
So at the end of the month, what I will feel to be paid back, or rather, immediately a member of parliament is elected, you go to the chief mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
He will do a letter to National Assembly, to Parliamentary Service Commission, indicating the distance from Nairobi to your home.
Yes.
And back. So what the mileage claim would cover is from Nairobi to your constituency and back. How you move around from a constituency from point A to point B, from point 3 to point A, is not catered for. So that's the difference. So while I'm in the constituency, I move around using the GK vehicle that we bought using CDF funds.
Using the CDF fund. And we thank you very much for making this clarification. It's important because, there are many people who don't know that this is what CDF does and this is what the Office of the Member of Parliament does. I just want to ask another question. When you're making the mileage claims to the National Assembly, do you have to accompany it with the proof of movement? Is there somewhere where you show that on this particular date I moved and my odometer was reading X and at the end my odometer was reading Y?
No. What that doesn't happen. because it's a challenge because you could be using different cars.
Okay.
But the car that, these mileage claims are based on the car that is in your name. So the car that you first had. And when you are making this claim, they also check from the records.
Yeah.
For example, if you had traveled out of the country, you're not going to be paid because it's clear that you never went to the constituency.
Clear, yes.
Or rather, if you were on a trip to Mombasa, on a parliamentary trip up to Sunday, then it will be assumed that you never traveled home.
Yeah.
So you only fill the forms and paid for the trips made to your constituency and back.
Okay. So and this is not for you, DIDMUS, but is it possible that there could be an MP who would make a mileage claim while they actually used the CDF vehicle to come to Nairobi?
That is not possible because when the Office of the Auditor General comes to audit, they look at the fuel consumptions. They will raise it. It will be an audit query because going to Nairobi and back, the fuel which you will use to be very high.
Yeah.
The maintenance costs will be very high, and also the movement of this car is through a work ticket.
Yes, yes.
A member of parliament is not a signatory on the work ticket.
So there are checks and balances.
The work ticket is signed by the fund account manager and any other head of department, the base commander, the DC, the DCIO, the OCS, OCPD, and they will not sign because they understand the policies of how this vehicle should be used. If you go there for a ticket or go to Nairobi, they will not sign.
You'll not sign. Mheshimiwa DIDMUS BARASA, we thank you very much for speaking to us today. Thank you for clarifying the issues surrounding this vehicle. And asante sana. Have a lovely day.